York Giants taking on the Washington Commanders. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go in our nation's capital. Oh, some strong running. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
Here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Right to the air is Daniels. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Daniels from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Here's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Now Dart. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Jalen Hyatt, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here we go. Set. 19, 18.
To throw is Daniels. Open man is Noah Brown. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
It's fourth down.
Look at 19.
Daniels going to throw for it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will go out of bounds, so they will lose yards on the play. And on fourth down, of course, it'll be a turnover on downs. Dart. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's when you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. But certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to flip the field and what was a fairly innocuous play call.
Come on. 18 Cardinal.
They'll run with Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
And goal at the 12-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Now third and goal.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is third and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to fourth and goal. Gay's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
To throw is Dart. Sliding out of the pocket. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Flush to his right. Open target here, Darius Slayton. A gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter.
Touchdown, Giants! A great effort there. 36 yards.
And the Giants are able to widen their advantage.
Gano for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Robinson with another carry.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
18, run. Here we go. Here we go.
Daniels looking to throw.
It's complete to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Daniels.
Slings this deep from McLaurin.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, 47 yards.
And the Commanders have cut it back within a score.
There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Here's Dart. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, look and repeat that, Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Throwing his dart. Caught along the left side by Hyatt.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
It's now 4th down.
Dart to throw on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
70 Lions, 79 Broncos. Go.
Now Daniels. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Ready? Past the 60, past the 60. Ready?
To the air goes Daniels. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
They go play action with Dart. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Giants.
Out of the gun, here's Dart.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
A nice completion there for the 1st down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
To throw now, Dart. Got his man in the crossing pattern. It's Slayton.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play.
But they're certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Now it's Tracy.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Throwing, Dart.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Malik Neighbors as the first half is winding down. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime. Gano the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range.
Warriors 70. 18, Pioneer.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Paulson Adebo. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They'll throw now on the final play. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, it's only week one, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Matt Gay to kick off for Washington.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And running with power here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Jalin Hyatt with now 3 week one touchdowns. And the Giants are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Operating from the gun, Daniels escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Back to throw again. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. At that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here we go, here we go.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Washington. Noah Brown, 51 yards. And the Commanders take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. 16. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now Dart. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are able to stretch out their lead. Gano the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. 42, Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's out just shy of the 40. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Ready?
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Chauncey Golston
able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
Here we go, set. Johnny Lions. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Steady.
to throw is Daniels.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Giants will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Malik Neighbors with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Giants get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Can't bring him down.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
A play fake, and now it's Dart.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
Running left is Tracy.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
We want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights. That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Dart.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Malik Neighbors.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Giants are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Giants 56, Commanders 16.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he could pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Brings up third down.
They'll throw again. Mariota.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. Well, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Going up top. He's got him in. Complete. Now he's loose again. All the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jalen Hyatt, 89 yards. And the Giants are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Gano the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Play fake. Mariota. Zach Ertz has it complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Mariota.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Ready?
To throw Mariota. Got a man. It's Brown. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
Up 3rd and 6.
To the air again. Mariota. Taking a shot for Samuel.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. But my goodness, CD, I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Will Harris. Inside the 20. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Mariota now. And this is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
50, green.
3rd and goal, Mariota. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way at this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there, maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter.
And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there for the Giants. 47 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Different story this time around. We have that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Right back to Tracy.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing. because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Mariota. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here's Mariota. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Again, it's Mariota. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They go play action. Mariota. And that is caught. And they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
That's caught, and this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up. Now, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better.
Typical, body overdoing this, that's so typical. Turn like a god, that's so typical. Still more of this, that's so typical. Don't wanna talk about it.